Evening, peeps. Evening. Oh, God damn it. There we go. That's what you're meant to be looking at. Evening, peeps. Evening, peeps. How are you all doing tonight? Welcome back to the channel. Tonight, oh no, let's get this bit out of the way first. Look, I'm blowing myself up. Stop looking at that. So, you've just seen the We Are Driven intro. We Are Driven team still pushing Archie's journey, still pushing Bradley Lowry Foundation as well. Get yourselves over onto Facebook, click all those like buttons, then go find We Are Driven on Facebook as well. Go get yourself involved in that, find out what we're all about, what we're up to. And then once you've done all that, get yourselves over to justgiving.com/campaign/Archie's journey and drop a little donation on there, please. Thank you. Now you can look at that. So tonight we're back with round 9 of the CHEWITT Racing Mini Cooper Cup, live from a dirty dust bowl, which is Willow Springs. Some drivers quite like it, most don't. It is, like I say, a great big dust bowl in the middle of absolutely nowhere. Plenty of runoff, some jumps to be had if you go off track. Yeah, we'll see what happens. All right, let's get ourselves in and have a look at some scores then, people. Rob Scott at the minute leading the way then with 275 points. Got a bit of a lead over Luke Doherty with 240 points in second. Cutler's not far behind with 233 points. Pajonski in fourth with 226 points. 212 points for fifth place D-Dot. Still quite a lot to play for the next 4 drivers then. Graham Reed's in 6th with 168 points. We've got One-Eyed Lou in 7th with 137 points. 8th place for KJM 100 with 128 points. Conrad Racing with 87 points in 9th. Mark Parker CRT with 94 points. What is that? Why are you below Conrad Racing, Mr. Cutler? Or is that an 84? Might be my eyes playing tricks on me, people. I'm blaming Cutler for now. So in 11th, we've got Duds, 61 points on board for him. Old Crawler 1958 in 12th with 57 points. CRT Millerman 13th with 56 points. Also with 56 points is Cash Converter DK. We've got Tatey with in 15th with 39 points and Waldy 16th with 19 points. So that scores up until this round. Don't forget, peeps, still plenty of merch available. If you want a t-shirt or some stickers, let me know, darksmoker@googlemail.com, or hit me up on the Facebook page at Dark Smoker and give me a shout. Right, let's get ourselves in this lobby. Let's turn this chat on as well, so if you lot want a bit of a natter, I can see. Right, qualifier just about to kick off then. Let's just see who's in the room. We've got Cutler, we've got Cash Converter, Old Crawler, Tatey, One-Eyed Lou, Pajonski, Luke Doherty, Conrad, D-Dot, Rob Scott and Graham Reed. 11 drivers on track tonight then. 15 minutes quali. Followed by a 15 minutes around this dust bowl that you can now see on your screen. And you will see plenty of runoff here as they make their way round. Let's get ourselves in then. There you go, dust bowl. Alright, usual nonsense on for you lot. Let's open this up a little bit. There we go. So yes, plenty of places to get it all wrong at Willow Springs here. You can see so that Graham Reed's just off in the background. I think he did just get 2 wheels off on the sand. Gets back on track, tiny bit of a nudge onto D-Dot, I think, through there. So only qualifying at the minute, out laps going on as we speak. Cash Converter in 11th, unfortunately. Steering wheel and sim rig didn't turn up this week, so she's back on pad, I think, unfortunately. Bit miffed, and rightly so. So race 1, medium tyres only, as is qualifying. Top 3 from last week. I don't know who that is, I've forgotten. All carry over extra weight into race 1 as well. One-Eyed Lou getting the final turn wrong. you get that one too far wrong, you can end up in the pits. Come on, controller, do what you're meant to do. There you go. Podjonski out front then on the hot laps now. We'll go for an onboard lap on the next one. Give you a sense of what these drivers see in this great big dust bowl that is Willow Springs. There you go. Luke Doherty off for a bit of a dirt trip. Doesn't do bad keeping it on. Oh, crawler. Nearly wide through there. These guys look like they're battling it out like it's a race. It's not, it's qualifying. Should think of backing off maybe, making some space, not unless you're looking for the toe. So, coming through to start the first of the hot laps then, or get the times in for the hot laps. Let's have a look what Podjonski's going to put in. 124.0. Cutler comes across the line with a 126. Luke Doherty puts a 127.6 in. There we go, the pinball machine working well. Let's go and have a check then. Now that majority of drivers are through, Conrad Racing then sticks himself on pole, 123.8. Nearly 2/10 quicker than Podjonski on that 124.03, sorry. Graham Reed's then up into third at the minute on the grid, 124.7. Oh, Tatey 2 wheels on the dust. That's not going to help him out, but he's got fourth position at the minute, 124.8. Oh, is that Graham Reed's getting it a little bit wrong there on the run into the hairpin as well. Rob Scott now fifth, 125.3. D-Dot has got a 125.5. Sticks him sixth then. Old Trawler seventh, 126.4. Got Cutler in eighth, 126.6. So I think there might have been a little bit of a coming together between Luke Doherty and Mr. Cutler. Into that final turn, almost side by side these pair, but Cutler's got eighth then with a 126.6. Luke Doherty ninth, 127.6. That will probably change as they cross the line now. There we go. Kaz Converter 128.5 and One Eye Lou 152. But we did see him getting the final turn a bit wrong. So his next lap might be a bit quicker. Let's see where Luke Doherty and Cutler ended up. Luke Doherty managed to chuck himself into second. A 123.9 for him. So just 100th off of Conrad's time at the minute. Where did Cutler end up? Oh, he only moved up a position into seventh. A 125.2 then for Cutler. DCC, evening brother, how are you my friend, alright? So Conrad sticking it on pole again tonight. He did pretty well in the Ford Focuses last night as well. Can he hold this pole position though? 10 minutes left of qualifying out of the 15, so still plenty of time left. Oh, 2 wheels on the sand. Still plenty of time left for some of the other drivers to try and take that off him. And he has only got that 100th in hand at the minute from Luke Doherty. Oh, we were going to do an onboard lap, weren't we? But I've completely forgot we were looking at people's times. So let's do a Conrad if he keeps it on track. Yes, he does. So down the start-finish straight then, pretty long one. You may see 1 or 2 positions get chucked down the inside at turn 1 here. Pretty fast left-hander though, this one. Carry a fair bit of speed. Got to be careful you don't run it out too wide. Whoa, hey, oh, just like that. Conrad has a bit of a driftathon on the way out of it though, into this turn 2, long sweeping right-hander up the hill. You can get 2 or 3 cars wide through here, but you've got to be absolutely on it. Onto the straight then, up the hill and to the left into the hairpin. Again, just got to be careful not to run it out too wide on the way in and the way out on the hairpin. Saw Luke Doherty just get 2 wheels on the sand just here, as has Conrad. Down the hill, then through the little kink into the left. Got to be careful on the exit of this one. Through the little brow of the hill right. And into this back straight. Oh, backing off then for Conrad. We'll stick on board with him. He has only got this final turn to go. And here we go into this long right-hander then. Does tighten up near the end. Does catch one or two drivers out. They're not quite expecting it to tighten up quite as much as it does. There's one driver. Oh, there's two drivers. Two drivers done it. Tatey's done it. And it's caught Conrad out this time as well. But he will be back on the start-finish straight. Or he's going in the pits. He's going in the pits. Okay. It was almost a full lap. Right then, Luke Doherty still not managed to better that time at the minute. In a bit of traffic as well. Tyres looking good though. Must have stuck those on. Oh, this is an out lap, so yeah, fresh tyres on for Luke Doherty. Again, should just be thinking about taking his time on this lap. Preserving those tyres on this out lap and going for it on the race lap. Was he listening? Who knows? Let's let Rob Scott through. Conrad back out on track. Fresh set of boots for him to play with. See what he can do. Luke Doherty about to start his next hot lap then. D-Dot just chucking himself into the pits. He's actually gone quicker. A 124 dead on. 0-0-0. That looks good. I like that, D-Dot. Third place for you then. Pajonski into fourth with that 124.0. Rob Scott in fifth. Championship leader. A little way down the order at the minute. Probably carrying... where did you come last week, Rob, in the final race? Are you carrying extra weight over into race 1? Cutler's only managed 6 as well, so probably carrying the extra weight over for from last week. I should make a note of this, shouldn't I? It's too late now. So 124.4 for Cutler. Graham Reed's in 7th. 124.4 as well. Gone a little bit quicker himself. Tatey has not managed to better that second lap. 124.8 at the minute. Old Crawler in 9th on a 125.8 on lap 3. One Eye Lou, 126.2. And Cast Converter, again, still not managed to better that lap 2 time of 128.5 at the minute. Gagging for a steering wheel, I'm sure, is Cast Converter. Just makes your inputs that little bit smoother. A few drivers putting in better times then. Luke Doherty chucking himself onto pole, 123.4. Pajonski going quicker as well, 123.464, so just 200s, nearly 300s behind Luke Doherty. Conrad Racing pushed down to 3rd then. D-Dot still 4th. Rob Scott going a little bit quicker, but only still holds 5th with that 124.0. Cutler still 6th. Graham Reed still 7th. Tatey 8th. Old Crawler 9th. Yeah, One Eye Lou in 10th. And Cast Converter. Fresh set of boots on for her as well. Can anyone unseat Luke Doherty then from pole now? Pajonski's just behind him, so they're off the pace this lap. He's a quarter of a second down already. Didn't know whether he'd be benefiting from a bit of a slipstream from Luke. Luke just driving himself off track there. He picks himself up a penalty. $123.4. did struggle in the minis a little bit, did Luke Doherty, especially in his first season. Tyres were wearing out so much quicker than everyone else's. It was quite interesting to watch. Mr. Alan Thompson, evening mate, how you doing? Come on, Tatey, can my teammate... Is that meant to be and my teammate Cutler in Red Bulls? Come on, team. Ah, right, okay. Where is Tatey? Still in 8th position. Struggling a little bit tonight, as is Cutler, only holding 6th, but it does go a little bit quicker, 1:24.2. So with just under 2 minutes remaining, Luke's still on that pole position. He's got a fresh set of boots on as well, so he can give it another go on this next lap. Oh, Conrad racing off track again in that final turn. Pushing the limits then, Conrad. Right, can Luke Doherty do it then? This is going to be his last opportunity. 1:22 left on the clock. Lap times being 1:23.4 as the fastest. Anybody change position yet? No, we are as we were. Graham Reeds side by side through that long right-hander. Tatey still holding 8th. Old Crawler, One Eye Lou and Kaz Converter unfortunately still in the same positions. Kaz Converter going quicker though, 1:27.9, half a second up. Luke then through this back half of the track. What's he got? Oh, he's only 100th down. Can he make it up in this last turn, cement that lead? Or the pole. Here he goes then, that final turn at Willow Springs, just catching a few drivers out tonight. Luke Doherty not succumbing to the gravel at the minute. Has he managed to go quicker? He has a 1:23.256, almost a quarter of a second up. Pajonski, so he's crossed the line already. That is qualifying over. Everyone just gets to finish their laps. So, a great final lap there from Luke Doherty with those fresh tyres. Only a quarter of a tank on board of fuel, so the car a little bit light as well. And I think we're just waiting for the last 3 drivers to cross the line. So it's going to be Luke Doherty on pole, Pajonski 2nd, Conrad in 3rd, Rob Scott in 4th, D-Dot 5th, Cutler in 6th, possibly. I think he might be the last guy to cross the line. It's all out. He was a little in the red there that time, so I don't think this is going to be a quick one for Cutler. Tyres looking a little bit painful. No, he's way off the pace at the minute. There he goes into the pits anyway. So 6th for Cutler, Graham Reeds 7th, Tatey in 8th, One Eye Lou in 9th, Old Crawler in 10th, and Kaz Converter in 11th. Oh, One Eye Crawler actually went up right at the end as well, 1:25.3, so it goes from 10th to 9th. Moves up the grid 1 position. So Old Crawler 10th and Kaz Converter in 11th, and that is qualifying over then. So, what can Luke Doherty do in race 1? If he wins this race, he does carry extra weight over into race 2, and it's a reverse grid as well. Free choice of tyre though, only medium tyres allowed for race 1. He needs to close that points gap down on Rob Scott in these last remaining rounds. likes to drop. See them get off. Revs all up. Oh, it's a good start by Luke. It's a good start by Pajonski as well. They both slot over to try and gain a slipstream. Luke Doherty decides he's not having any of that, going defensive already into turn one. Let's just see if everyone gets through there cleanly. They do. So Luke Doherty up front then, Pajonski second, Conrad in third. Rob Scott and D-Dot side by side coming through that right-hander. D-Dot looking to come up the outside into the run up to the hairpin. Rob Scott goes defensive, D-Dot goes a little bit deep there as well, has to correct. Puts himself under pressure from a sixth place Cutler now. Graham Reed's all over the back of Cutler, as well as Tatey hanging on in 8th place. One Eye Lou just a second and a half back in 9th at the minute. Cas Converter up past Old Crawler up into 10th. Old Crawler just sitting in 11th. Just half a second back at the minute. Early on in race 1. Luke then still holding the lead. Oh, who's that that's just gone disappearing? Conrad Racing. Final turns caught him right out. Off he goes. Trip into the gravel. We've got another car doing it behind him. Who's that? It's One Eye Lou off in the background. And I think we've got another driver off. It's Tatey off at the same point. That final turn is catching loads of drivers out tonight. So lap 1, 3 drivers already fallen victim to this dust bowl. There's no controlling, there's no, you know, trying to get it back on track. You just have to kind of stick the brakes on and hope for the best. Luke Doherty then pulled a bit of a gap from Pajonski, 0.6 of a second. Gap developed between himself and Rob Scott in third. After losing Conrad Racing, there's a bit of a gap between second and third, 1.1 seconds. Just 0.3 between Rob Scott and D-Dot at the minute. Cutler now up into 5th as well, 1.5 seconds back. Oh, someone off in the... Someone's gone. Someone's gone. There they are. Graham Reed's getting himself back on track. Losing positions, unfortunately, down into 9th. So who's managed to sneak through there? Cas Converter, Old Crawler and Conrad Racing all getting past Graham Reed's. Pushed down to 9th then. One Eye Lou. Oh, he's got himself a penalty. Got to lose that after the off-track action. Sitting in 10th. And Tatey on the catch-up now in 11th. Luke Doherty still stretching. Oh, he's keeping that gap very close actually. Pajonski still 0.6. Still stretching out a little bit between Rob Scott and D-Dot kicking off here. Got to try and look after these medium tyres for the full 15 minutes. Well, they might try and pit. We'll see what happens. D-Dot all over the back of Rob Scott. Holds it tight round that hairpin apex. D-Dot's going to get a good run down the hill on him though. Carries good speed through there, all over the back of Rob Scott as we hit this back straight. Is he going to get past him? Can he carry enough speed? Looks like he's got the job done. Not over yet though as we head into this final turn. Side by side, Rob Scott just got the inside line. He's got a slightly shorter route round this corner. D-Dot's backed off. Rob Scott holds on to that third then. Oh, there you go. Wheel on the sand for D-Dot. Manages to gather it back up, but he's lost a bit of time to Rob Scott in front now. The gap at 0.6 of a second. Brings himself under a little bit more pressure from Cutler behind. Not too much at the minute. Another wheel on the sand there for D-Dot. And it's still kicking off up front as well. Luke Doherty and Pajonski still pretty much neck and neck. Let's get on board with Luke looking back at Pajonski, trying to take that position off him. Stay focused, Tatey. Bit late for that, Alan. Podjonsky then keeping Luke Doherty right in check. Just 0.2 of a second in it. Sorry, 0.3 of a second in it. Coming down again as they hit this final turn. Do both drivers get the little tightened area of this final turn correctly? Or are we going to see someone fire it off into the dust? Luke carries a little bit more speed through there, but Podjonsky hangs it with him. Still quarter of a second between them. Closing up again, Podjonsky as they head down towards turn 1. Let's get ourselves on board with Podjonsky, looking forward at Luke. Gap's still at 0.3. He's had a good season as well, has Podjonsky. Some good results. Closing up on Luke Doherty again. Into this hairpin section. Again all over the back of Luke into this hairpin. Does he? Chucks it up the inside here. Not quite, and nose up the inside. Luke Doherty then. He's struggling to keep this position by the looks of it. Podjonsky piling all sorts of pressure on him again as they head down this back street. Just a 10th in it. Can he get up the inside this time? He does. Will Luke Doherty be able to carry the speed around this final turn? Side by side through there again. It's a great bit of driving. Luke's just had to back off though. Podjonsky holds the line, holds the position. Now it's all Luke's turn to try and get that position back. Podjonsky carrying great speed though, already gained a quarter of a second over Luke, but Luke coming back at him as they head into turn 1, slams the brakes on. That little yellow and grey Mini getting so much closer. Let's have another flick round the pack. Oh, almost pushing him around this second turn. Oh, we're going to see him sling one up the inside of the hairpin. Oh, Podjonsky on the muck to try and defend the position. Here goes Luke. Oh, a little bit too far. Does. Sweeps himself back across. Podjonsky there. Great move by Luke. Holds that top spot then. He's not letting Podjonsky have that for long. Let's have a flick through the rest of the order while this is kicking off. Look at the gap they've gained. 4 seconds back to Rob Scott, who's still got D-Dot for company. Cutler unfortunately losing a bit of time to those boys. The gap now at 2.3, 2.4 seconds. Just over halfway through this race. Big gaps again back to Graham Reeds in 6th. 12 seconds back to Graham. He's got Old Crawler on his tail at the minute. Just 0.7 of a second back, so we'll be getting a bit of a tow down this back straight. Doing it for Scotland, Old Crawler. Conrad Racing then 8th position. Fired himself off at turn 1. We're not trying to see if you come off at turn 1, Conrad, at all. That's not why I'm staying with you. Cuts that pit entrance as well. So Conrad in 8th, Tatey in 9th. One Eye Lou. Oh, One Eye Lou's got the final turn wrong. So he's now down at the back of the pack, unfortunately. Cas Converter gets through. She's into 10th position. And One Eye Lou with that. Oh, he's picked up damage as well, unfortunately. It's going to slow him down for a little bit. Right, back up front, still kicking off between Luke Doherty and Podjonsky. Still kicking off as well behind with Rob Scott and D-Dot. Cutler doing everything he can to try and close this gap up. Lost another 3/10 through there. So, top 4 is where it's at the minute. There's a little bit of a battle developing further back. We'll go and check that out again later on. Luke Doherty still holding that top spot from Podjonsky though. See if he can do it again. So looks like nobody's stopping in this race. Just under 5 minutes remaining. Can they make these tyres last without a mistake? Bajonski closing up through that right-hander. Into this tight left then, up towards this hairpin. Bajonski losing a bit of time through there. Can Luke Doherty make enough of a break to break that toe of Bajonski behind? He's got 0.8 of a second. He's almost done it. Bajonski's got to be careful he doesn't lose this slipstream, especially down this back straight. Okay, he's just in it. That gap is coming down again. So back down to that 0.6 mark. Into this final turn again. Both drivers carrying loads of speed through there. Running it so close to that white line. Bajonski getting a good run out. He's now only 0.3 back, closing up as well as they head down towards turn 1. Luke Doherty's thinking about going defensive. Keeps his car in the middle of the track. It's going to make Bajonski work for it if he wants it. 3.5 minutes remaining then. Bajonski closing up again on Luke Doherty. He's going to make him run around the outside. No, he's not. Bajonski goes for a bit of a dummy. Not able to get a nose up the inside. Luke Doherty closes the door on him. I do want to go back and have a look at the fight between Rob Scott and D-Dot. I think there's just a bit of a gap developed between those two. Again, Luke Doherty goes defensive into this left-hander up the hill towards the hairpin. But absolutely nothing in it again here. Bajonski not able to get one up the inside of the hairpin. Luke Doherty kicking up the sand on the way through there. Right, that's enough of you, pair. Rob Scott, yeah, a bit of a gap developed now between these two. Almost a second between Rob Scott and D-Dot. D-Dot just hanging on in there though. Cutler. Oh, looks like Cutler might have been off track somewhere. 11.9 seconds back, Cutler is. So possibly been for a bit of a dirt session himself. Graham Reed's in 6th. He's now dropped old Crawler. 1.6 seconds the gap there then. Out of that slipstream danger. Tatey back up into 8th. He's got himself back past Conrad Racing. Conrad Racing possibly been off track again then, sitting in 9th. Cas Converter in 10th. And One Eye Lou sitting in 11th. Been off track a couple of times, unfortunately, One Eye Lou. Right, here we go. Still on for these two. 2 laps remaining. Absolutely nothing in it here between Luke and Bajonski. Oh, gotta be careful, gotta be careful. Looking for a totally different line through the hairpin is Bajonski. Luke Doherty's hugging that apex though. Oh, wrong way. Still Bajonski struggling to make this work for him. Luke just putting his car in all the right places around this circuit. Bajonski really struggling to make it through any gaps that might be available. Gap is still at 0.3. Into this final turn again then, just letting off for this tight section. Both drivers running it out wide to that white line. Bajonski still 0.3 of a second back. 1 lap remaining. Closes up again through turn 1. Can he make it work through turn 2? Where's he gone? Oh, tried to carry the speed around the outside. Bajonski, it's not worked, but he's trying to cut back up the inside. No, he's not. No, he's running onto the dirt, has Bajonski. Loses a bit of time to Luke. Dirty tyres as well has made him run on. Oh, loses all that time now to Luke Doherty. Unfortunately, puts himself under pressure a little bit. They're still a way back from Rob Scott and D-Dot, who are now absolutely neck and neck. This is where the battle is now then on this last lap. A little bit of contact through there. That's how close it is. D-Dot then losing a tiny bit of time down this back straight. Will gain it back with the toe, but will it be close enough? I've got to get myself back up front. Luke Doherty then has pulled 2 seconds. 2.3 by the time he comes across the line. Let's see you just keep an eye on the race in the background. So Luke comes in first, Bajonski takes second. Rob Scott is going to come home third. D-Dot takes fourth. Not able to use the slipstream down that back straight. Cutler decides he's going to do a little last bit of off-roading in race 1 before he crosses the line, just to wreck those tyres properly, because he can't do it in a race. 5th then for Cutler. Graham Reed's going to come home for 6th. Old Crawler managed to keep with him, 1.5 seconds the gap there, so 7th for Old Crawler. Tatey coming home in 8th position. We have got Kaz Converter already crossed the line, and One Eye Lou. And I think we just wait for Conrad Racing to take that final position. And 9th for Conrad. So hang about, people. We'll have a little bit of a break and then we jump into race 2. Half an hour, same circuit, reverse grid. But the top 3 from that race now carry extra weight over into race 2. So Luke Doherty taking the win. His car will now weigh 1,197 kilos. What? No, 1,197 kilos. Have I got that right? No, I haven't. Let me get that right. Let me shut up a minute, and then I'll get back to you when I've turned my brain on. I've got it. I've got it. So 3rd place. Cars are usually 1,050 kilos. So 3rd place will be 1,085 kilos. 2nd place in race 1 will be 1,097 kilos. And then 1st place in race 1 will be 1,009 kilos. 1,109 kilos. Sorry, there you go. So incremental weight, success ballast for race 2. Luke saying he enjoyed that race with Bajonski. Yeah, good little battle between those two. Shame Bajonski just dropped it at the end there. Yeah, I think Luke forgot taking the win does give him the extra weight. Should let Bajonski win, shouldn't you? No tactics like that. Take the win, damn it. That's what racing's all about. Race 2 coming up, Mr. Thompson. Don't go anywhere. Reverse grid as well. So the faster drivers from race 1 only have to deal with the extra weight. They have to deal with the rest of the pack as well. But it is free tyre choice. Strategies will change. Obviously it was medium tyres only on race 1. Nobody stopping. You will see pit stops now. It'd be interesting to see what tyres people put on. I can imagine there's going to be a bit of hard front, super soft on the rears, or mediums on the front, super softs on the rear. I can see there being a fair old amount of that. The minis do blow through their fronts quite quickly. If they can make them last a little bit longer without losing too much time, you may as well do it. Or you thrash the crap out of them out front. Yeah, well, you thrash the crap out of them out front and you pit early. It's entirely up to you. But yes, we'll see what strategies people come up with. And like I say, I think there's going to be a bit of switching and swatching from the line. You can do it from the line. You can put a different set on the front to the rears. But once the race has started and you chuck yourself in the pits, it's mediums front and back, softs front and back, or hards front and back. There's no swapping and swapping between having different tyres front and rear. Doesn't let you do it. Only at the start. So you can go and pick your tyres now, and then before the actual flag drops, the lights go out even, you can yeah, Stick whatever tyres you want on. Probably put a set of wets on if you felt like it. It would only tell you not to if they were banned or, you know, set up not to be available. Some of these drivers out on track then, looking for these sneaky little laps, trying to get those lines a little bit better maybe in race 2. Find out those braking points that they were getting wrong in race 1. Maybe. You know what I haven't done? Because this is like the ad break, this bit. So mind your ears. That was enough of a warning, wasn't it, to protect your poorly little ear holes, wasn't it? Oh, I've just moved the wrong damn thing. So what I was meant to do, what was that? Don't forget, peeps. All right, get yourselves over to We Are Driven. Get yourselves involved in the Bradley Lowry Foundation. Get yourselves over to Archie's Journey as well. Click all those like buttons all over on Facebook, and then also get yourselves over to justgiving.com/campaign/Archie's Journey and drop a little donation as well. That's the that's what we're pushing on We Are Driven at the minute. So a couple more minutes and then we jump into look at that dust bowl. Look at it. Why would you build a racetrack there? Look. Did someone give him the Field of Dreams vibe? There you go, weights just being confirmed by Cutler. So first place will be 1,109, second place will be 1,097, and third place 1,085. As mentioned before, cars are 1,050 kilos as standard. Yeah, it's good to see. We used to run a Pro and Pro-Am class in this league. There were 2 lobbies, but drivers diminished and we ended up with the Pro and Pro-Ams in one lobby. But, we decided they were split up in the grids as well, which it was alright, but yeah, I think it's better this way. No division. Are we going to see a paragraph in the chat from Luke Doherty? He's not on track. He's not chatting in the lobby chat. Just be careful because Luke likes to drop a paragraph. So Luke Doherty then squidging his way closer towards Rob Scott's title at the minute. Rob Scott taking the championship lead. What have we got? We got this round or one more round left? We've got, or is this, I can't remember. It's 12 rounds, isn't it, this one? Got loads left, peeps. It's round 9. Don't look what it says on the screen. On the YouTube, but don't look what it says on the PlayStation stream. Sure Cutler gets it wrong. Oh no, it's season 8. I'll look at season 8, round 9. Of course. Stop calling out people, smoker, and get on with your job. Alright. Race not starting yet then, if Mr. Cutler's not ghosting. Ooh, trying to see how fast he can take that final turn. Not that quick. Got most drivers out on track actually. Conrad Racing just having a bit of a two-wheel moment there. There you go. There you go. Bit of a jump from D-Dot as well. Glad we caught that on camera. Yeah, fair bit of airtime to be had at this circuit, if I'm totally honest. If you decide not to actually race and just look at some of the big sandy lumps, like this one just coming up now. Let's get ourselves... That one there. Bajonski got himself a bit of air over that last season. He ended up being the flyer for most of it. How he got it up there, I don't know. What are we looking at tyre-wise then, people? Looks like most of the drivers have got a single set on. Here we go. Luke Doherty, hards on the front, super softs on the rear. Sneaky sneaker. I think you're going to see a similar strategy from Mr. Cutler as well. One-Eye Lou. He's gone hards front, hards rear. Tatey, soft and soft. So what did Mr. Cutler put on? Where's he gone? Where's Cutler? Oh, there's only 10 drivers in. Okay, so we can't be far off starting this race then if Cutler's disappeared. He'll be scrutineering cars, making sure weights are correct before we jump into race 2. Go, lap times down already on the softer tyre. 1:22.4 for D-Dot. I think we had a 1:23.4 as Luke's fastest on in race 1. And that's that was lap 2. Okay, so his tyres would have been at their freshest. Yeah, Bajonski quicker. There we go then. Cutler giving everyone the shout. Everybody to track. Let's go racing. One-Eye Lou out of the pits. Just Tatey and Cutler to get themselves on track. D-Dot looking for a bit more air time around turn 1. See if Bajonski manages to air it out for us this season. Keep it pinned, Bajonski. Oh, he's backed off. Right. Here we go then. Conrad sees the call to go racing, rips the handbrake up. Good lad. One-Eye Lou, unfortunately, with a 1 second penalty. Still trying to master this final turn a little bit, I think. There we go. Like that, every lap for the next half an hour. One Eye Lou. Easy, mate. He says not driving for ages. Not competitively, at least. Here we go then. Race 2 just about to start. Half an hour reverse grid. Top 3 from race 1, carrying that extra weight over as well into race 2. Can Luke Doherty squeeze his way through to the front, gain more points in that fight and chase down of Rob Scott, championship leader? Can Rob Scott, who won't be carrying... Oh, no, sorry, you came in third, so you are carrying a little bit of extra weight, actually, Rob. One Eye Lou going to lead us out then. Cas Converter in second, Conrad Racing third. Good start by One Eye Lou, not so clean from Cas Converter. He's overtaken by Conrad. We've got Tatey, is that Tatey? Up the inside as well. So One Eye Lou through turn 1. He's got Conrad racing side by side as he heads into turn 2. Conrad gets in front then, sweeps across the nose of One Eye to take that first place. Tatey closing up as well as they head towards the hairpin. Graham Reed's closing down on this battle as well. Cutler under a bit of pressure behind. He's got a big gaggle of minis looking for their way through. Rob Scott pushing him around that turn. Graham Reed has taken far too much speed into the hairpin. He now drops back to 6th place. Oh, he's off track on the exit of the hairpin as well. Back on track now though. Loses another position unfortunately, down to 7th. Those cold tyres catching him out. So they're all in a row now then. Let's have a quick run through. Conrad out front by 1.2 seconds. One Eye Lou still holding second. Tatey looking for that position off him though. Almost up the inside at the final turn. Cutler up into 4th. D-Dot pressuring him around this final turn as well. Tatey in front just gets himself up the inside of One Eye Lou. One Eye Lou's carrying good speed though. Holds the position. Tries to drop the toe of Tatey. And does so. 0.3 the gap at. So One Eye Lou holding on to that second. Cutler then behind this fight. He's having it side by side with D-Dot through turn 1. Cutler holds position. D-Dot off track looking for the wide line into turn 2. Trying to carry the speed around the outside. Let me get that because this is turning into a bit of a punch up here between these boys. So Cutler up front in 3rd then. Tatey just there as well, not too far off, and right behind this fight we've got Pajonski. He's holding 5th at the minute but looking dangerous. Carrying the extra weight over from race 1 as well, so not doing too bad up into 5th. Great big kick of dirt there for D-Dot, slows him down a little bit. Pajonski then gets a run on him. Carries good speed as well. D-Dot's got the inside line, but I think Pajonski's just carrying too much speed. He does. D-Dot backs off the throttle, then slots himself into 5th. And all the while... Oh, stop doing that. Give people epileptic fits. Let's not do that. Conrad Racing has managed to keep that final turn sweet and has gained himself a 3.7 second lead over 2nd place Tatey. So if Tatey is in 2nd place, that means One Eye Lou has gone for a trip in the sand somewhere. Here he is, all the way down in 10th, unfortunately. And Luke Doherty really struggling, down in 11th. He's been in the pits already, ditched some tyres. Back out the pits, but in 11th. And a long way back, 31 seconds off of race leader. 18 seconds back from One Eye Lou. Next man on track from him. Conrad still pulling more time, 4.7 seconds. Having a nice comfortable early start to this race then for Conrad. Tatey still holding that second but under pressure from Cutler, Pajonski and D-Dot for that 2nd position. Pajonski making his way past D-Dot then down this back straight. D-Dot's kept himself in touch with this gaggle of minis. So on board with Tatey then, and he tries to defend from the 3 drivers behind him. D-Dot round the outside of Bajonski. Nobody covering that outside line, side by side as they come into this second bit of this turn. Has everybody kept it on? No, no, off goes Tatey. Under too much pressure there. Those 3 drivers go through then. Cutler, Bajonski, Rob Scott. Oh, everyone's having a go at Tatey now, unfortunately. Who's he lost those positions to? He's getting back on track slowly as well. The only man behind him now is Luke Doherty. So Bajonski, D-Dot, Cutler, Rob Scott, Graham Reeds, Old Crawler, Kaz Converter, One-Eye Lou, all past Tatey then with that off-track action. Scrubbing his tyres to get them clean, get himself back in the fight. So Conrad Racing, 6.3 second lead. Set of soft tyres on board for him. Bajonski up past Cutler as well, as is D-Dot. Bajonski on super soft, super soft. D-Dot right behind him is on a soft, soft combo. Cutler's gone for the mediums front, medium rear. Loses a bit of time to those 2 drivers. It's a good camera view there, PlayStation for a change. So Rob Scott into 5th then, looking to close that gap down on those 3 drivers in front, trying to stretch the gap out between himself and Luke Doherty. Graham Reeds then holding 6, out of any direct danger at the minute. He's got 4.5 seconds in front of Rob Scott, 3.2 back to Old Crawler in 7th. Through that final turn cleanly then for Old Crawler. Tatey following him through, making up a couple of positions, back past One-Eye Lou and Kaz Converter then for Tatey. Kaz Converter in 9th, just over a second back from Tatey, 3.4 over One-Eye Lou in 10th. And the gap between One-Eye Lou and Luke Doherty coming down as well, 11.5 seconds. But race 2 not going well for Luke at the minute. Conrad Racing then still holding 6.5 seconds out front. D-Dot now into 2nd, got himself past Bajonski. Cutler is hanging on to these 2 as well. Rob Scott is closing that gap up, 1.9 seconds down at the minute. The battle with these 3 drivers up front is just slowing them down enough. But can anyone close up on Conrad? Look at that, empty track. Just do what he wants. Wow, it's a big old gap that is. Can he hold it though? D-Dot, Bajonski and Cutler all in a line. Little bit of time gained over Rob Scott in 5th, gap to 2.3 seconds. Graham Reeds in 6th, again under no threat. Old Crawler 7th, Tatey 8th, Kaz Converter 9th. There's Luke Doherty, another 2nd out of One-Eye Lou's time in 10th. But still losing time over the front man, 37.5 seconds. Luke Doherty's got to try and gain on the first man, who is Conrad Racing. Gap coming down a little bit, just saw it hit 6 seconds. Oh, Conrad a little bit fast into that turn, had to slam the anchors on a little bit. Tyres looking a little worn out now. But 8 minutes into this race, and he's doing all right at the minute. 6.1 seconds has Conrad. Can he hold it? D-Dot, get yourself back on the black stuff. He's now got himself 1.1 seconds over Bajonski. Again, Bajonski carrying the extra weight over from race 1. So his tyres are going to be suffering. He's on the super softs as well. They're going to be burning out pretty damn quickly. Cutler then 4th. He's lost a bit of time to Bajonski and brought himself in danger of Rob Scott. Rob Scott in slipstream range. Again, carrying... no, not carrying extra weight in this race, are you, Rob? So it's just a battle between you and Cutler, being as Cutler's not carrying extra weight either. Rob Scott then gets the gap down to 0.7. 0.8 it just stretches to as they come into this hairpin. Stretches out a little bit. Cutler just able to carry a little bit more speed on the way into the hairpin. But Rob Scott's not letting it drop yet. Gap still down to 0.8 of a second. There's Graham Reed's just coming through the hairpin. 9.7 seconds back. And now Tatey up another position into 7th and only 3.1 back from Graham Reed's. Soft tyres looking a bit beaten up now. Can Tatey get himself a few more positions before the end of this race? 10 minutes in, 20 minutes remaining. Old Crawler, Pajonski from 3rd, hits the pits then on lap 7. Old Crawler then 8th, he is 6.6 seconds back from Tatey. Kaz Converter 9th, 5.8 seconds back. Luke Doherty has made up a position. He's just got himself past One Eye Lou there. One Eye Lou trying to hang with him. Oh, but nope. There he goes into the gravel again for One Eye Lou. Oh, he's on the hard tyres as well, so that could be costing him a little bit of time. Oh, and he's been reset to track. That's another kick in the groin then for One Eye Lou. I think you're actually heading into the pits then. Ditch those hards and stick something a bit grippier on. There we go. Yeah, unfortunately just been reset to track, so that's another 10 or 15 seconds added up onto his lap time there. So, Conrod Racing. Just having a little chill out, waving at the crowd, sipping his tea. Cutler another 8.6 seconds back, so gains that second position with Pajonski coming in the pits, but gets himself past D-Dot as well, so I'm not sure whether, D-Dot might have done one or two little bits of that. But Rob Scott is right in this battle now. Tries to come up the inside of D-Dot into turn 1, and side by side on the exit. D-Dot's going to hold the line into turn 2. And does do. Can Rob Scott get this position off of D-Dot? Chocolate Mobile looking quick here then. I know it's only purple this side, but it's got a great big chocolate bar on that side. Look, dairy milk. So still nothing in it between Rob Scott, D-Dot and Cutler. Where is Pajonski? So 11.3 back after his pit. He's got a fresh set of super softs on front and rear. Gaining time on those boys already. Again, with them so close, they'll be having little battles, just having to go slightly defensive, compromising their lines on the way into corners, on the way out. Just slow them down enough, hopefully, for Pajonski to gain a bit of time. Again, these boys have got a pit as well, so... Did I see a... yes, I did. A distance marker in the middle of the track. Let's hope nobody hits that. That'll definitely send you into oblivion. You might even make it over the sandbank. So, race leader Conrad still not pit yet. He's put his softs through an absolute punishing first stint. Looking like he's going to go halfway and chop a new set on, but he's still got 8.2 seconds lead over Cutler in second. Again, Cutler just being slowed down a little bit by the attacks from D-Dot and Rob Scott in the background. Keeping himself just in touch at the minute. So Pajonski has got that gap down. It was 11.5. It's down to 9 seconds. But the wear turning up quickly on those super softs. They are going to be punished by the end of this race. So he stopped a little bit before the halfway mark. Can he make them last till the end? Is Conrad going to come in, or is he going to blast it out? Nope, he's quite happy on those beaten up softs. I'll have that, thank you very much. Oh, Cutler, where are you going? Into the pits, but almost off track. I'm not sure if you were meant to be going into the pits, but that's where you've ended up. So Conrad then, 8.5 seconds. I've just seen One Eye Lou getting it all wrong in turn one. Oh no, he's managed to make it through, I think. It looked a bit dusty. Yeah, he has. Kicking up the dust, so just my imagination playing tricks for me. D-Dot then through to second. Rob Scott in third. Johnski now 8.1 seconds back, so another second gained on the fight in front. Cutler's still in the pits, taking on board fuel and tyres. Released now. He's gone for the hard tyre for stint 2. Just wait for him to get up to speed and see what the gap is. 22 seconds, 23 seconds between himself and Pajonski now. And on the hard tyre, so it's not running as quick as Pajonski's super soft, but again you can see the wear just turning up on. He's only done 1, 2, 3, 4 laps. He's already showing the wear on those tyres. Again, he's carrying the second most weight in race 2. Cutler then 5th, 23.2 seconds back still. Then Tatey, race leaders in the pits now. Tatey in 6th position, so he stopped. Fresh set of super softs on board for him. Can he make those work for him in this second stint? He's got a little bit of a gap to try and make up to Cutler in front, 13.9 seconds. I think the drivers, everyone else is going to get out of the pits before him. Graham Reed's then 7th, again stopped. Fresh set of softs on for him. Luke Doherty up into 8th. He's gone for the hard tyres second stint as well. Crawler 9th, medium tyres for his second stint. Kaz Converter in 10th, medium tyres as well, and One Eye Lou 11th. Only 2.5 back from Kaz Converter as well. Semi-worn set of mediums on board for One Eye Lou. And here's Rob Scott, race leader, championship leader, not stopped yet, almost out of fuel. He's done nearly 17 minutes almost on that set of mediums. He's got himself 5.7 seconds over Pajonski. Conrad racing. Conrad. What? Conrad, what's happened? Why have you taken on board fuel but no tyres? No, Conrad. And then looks like you might have spun it off track as well to lose those positions to Rob Scott and Pajonski. Conrad, no! Oh, what a wounder! What an absolute wounder! Is he going to bother coming in the pits? Yes, he is this time. Oh, what a kick in the groin for Conrad Racing. So, a nice, big, fat, comfortable 8.5 second lead. And it's been chucked in the bin, stomped on, had a bit of petrol thrown on it, and a match lobbed in there as well, just to finish it off. So Pajonski, oh, Kaz Converter getting the run into the hairpin wrong. Manages to get it on track before getting air time. So Pajonski out front and 20.8 seconds lead from D-Dot. Again, but is Pajonski going to have to pit again? Those tyres are looking a little bit beaten up with 12 minutes remaining. He's almost out of fuel as well. He is going to have to stop. Has he got enough time in hand? I didn't see how long. Let's have a look at lap times. 1:52. It's about 20 seconds, 25 seconds in the pits. It's going to be close between D-Dot and Pajonski. Rob Scott as well, still in the thick of it here on his outlap. Fresh set of softs on board for Rob Scott. Cutler still only 5.2 seconds back. Conrad Racing screaming in that mini, I can imagine. If he's got a cat, I'm sure it's been kicked. So in 5th position, 2.4 seconds down from Cutler. He'll be driving that thing as hard as he absolutely can. 11 minutes remaining then. What can Conrod Racing do? Cutler's only just stopped as well, but he is on the hard tyre, which should allow Conrod to close that gap up. He's got the gap down to 1.7 seconds. So it's going to be hard pushed to make top spot. 27.5 seconds down by the time he gets there as well. His tyres are going to be beaten up as we get to the end of this race, but purple sectors for Conrad at the minute. He's not messing about. He's all over the back end of Cutler, looking for that 4th position already. Cutler's gone off. That's going to gift Conrad the position. Those hard tyres just catching Cutler out there. Yeah, so hard tyres have put Cutler on the dirt. Conrad goes through. Race leader is in the pits now then. Bajonski, he's going to have to fuel and tyres. So he's only got 10 minutes remaining. Interesting. Oh, gas converter in front of D-Dot gets it all wrong. Back on track though. Nothing in it between these two. Side by side is heading to turn 1. Rob Scott getting through cleanly, carrying a lot better speed than D-Dot as well. Trying to maybe squeeze one up the inside here, but he's going to be on the outside as they run into the hairpin. If you can carry the speed, it can be done. Doesn't, backs off. Oh, looks for the inside line to sweep back up the inside of D-Dot as they run into the hairpin. Just upset his line enough to cause some problems. But D-Dot out front then. Rob Scott second. Bajonski wide through there for D-Dot. Off he goes. Airtime, he's riding the wall. He's getting himself back on track, but way out the arena then for D-Dot. And there you go, the Dust Bowl biteth back. Rob Scott now 4.9 seconds over D-Dot. He's not going to hold on to that position long either. Bajonski coming up hot on him. Worn out set of softs versus a fresh set of super softs, I can probably imagine, for Bajonski. Already all over the back of D-Dot. That little mistake is going to cost him this position earlier than he expected. Closing up again then for Bajonski. It's going to make him work around the outside here. Carrying great speed, Bajonski. Just carries these, got the extra grip to just run it around the outside. As long as he keeps it on track, he does. Great drive by Bajonski then. Let's jump on board and see what the gap is between himself and race leader. 6.3 seconds, just under 8 minutes remaining. Rob Scott on a few laps old super soft, half a tank of fuel. Bajonski second, 6.4 back. Half a tank of fuel, but a fresh set of racing super softs to play with. D-Dot might be able to hang with him, we'll see. But Conrad Racing closing up on this fight. His super softs got a bit of wear on, but it is allowing him to close up on these two. Can Conrad Racing get him? Oh my God, D-Dot, what are you doing? Get off the flipping sand, boy. Go, tyres a little bit dirty, running a tiny bit wide through there. Conrad Racing closing right up on him. Oh, don't do it, Conrad. Don't fire yourself in the pits for no reason this time. Loses a bit of time then. The gap at 0.7 of a second. Can he use those super softs before they're absolutely devastated? It will still be carrying good speed around some of these turns, but they will let go. Again, still 0.7 of a second between Conrad and D-Dot. Bajonski just making a little break from D-Dot. Has he got enough time to close the gap up on Rob Scott in front? Well, that's yet to be seen. Oh, a little bit hot in there for Conrad. Struggling under braking. losing a bit of time to D. Now then. Let's go and have a look at Rob Scott, find out where he is. So, gap come down. He's lost a second to Podjonski behind. He's on the soft tyre versus the super soft of Podjonski. 5 minutes and 45 seconds remaining. Can Rob Scott hold this lead? Don't think Podjonski's closing up quick enough. 5.5 seconds the gap. Yeah, I don't think it's coming down quick enough. D-Dot then now 2 seconds back from Podjonski, but he has still got Conrad racing for company, 0.8 of a second back. Cutler way out of this fight now, 27.6 seconds down in 5th. Luke Doherty 6th, not doing too bad, but he's got to come in for fuel. He's got no fuel on board. So that's going to cost him 2 positions. He's got Old Crawler right behind him and Tatey in 7th and 8th. They're both going to come through to take that position. I don't think Old Crawler's going to have to stop again for fuel. Nor Tatey. Oh, I thought he'd run a little bit wide there, Tates, but no. So Luke Doherty is in the pits this lap then. Graham Reed's in 9th. Just coming through this final turn. Oh, he has gone a little bit wide. Keeps it on track though. One Eye Lou 10th. Got himself back past Kaz Converter. Kaz Converter been in the pits again. Fresh set of super softs on board. Unfortunately, 27 seconds down from One Eye Lou. Race leader Rob Scott. Gap still at 5.6 seconds between himself and Podjonski. 4 minutes left on the race timer. There is the gap. You can just see Rob Scott going through turn 1 there. Scott doing well then, keeping the gap consistent between himself and Podjonski. That's a good effort by Podjonski. It's not quite worked out for him. Conrad racing though, I mean, got to give it to Conrad. He was way out front, and whatever happened in his pit stop, well, screwed him over basically. He came out the pits with no fuel. I mean, maybe he pressed the no tyres button, but, you know, he came out with full fuel but no tyres. And then had to come in at the very next lap, stick a set of tyres on. But he has got himself back into 4th position at the minute. He's only 1.6 seconds off of D-Dot. Tyres looking a little bit beaten up on both of these drivers. Podjonski Supersoft still looking all right, but he's not able to gain any time on Rob Scott. That gap still at 5.6 seconds. Two and a half minutes remaining then. I will see 2 laps. Conrad Racing chucks himself in the pits. Yes, his Supersoft's beaten up. Can he hold the position from Cutler through this final turn? He's not going to have to take on much fuel at all, is Conrad, so he should be back out. There you go. And he's already back out in front of One Eye Lou, coming through in 10th there. Plenty of time between himself and Cutler. Fresh set of super softs, quarter of a tank to play with till the end of the race. 2 minutes remaining. Rob Scott still comfortably 5.6 seconds out front of Podjonski. D-Dot and 3.5 seconds down now, so just lost a bit of time to those top 2. Conrad Racing after his stop, now 13.2 seconds back, but still got plenty of time in hand between himself and 5th place Cutler. 14 seconds down at the minute, and only a lap remaining. Tatey up into 6th position, another 17 back from Cutler. Graham Reed's 7th, 10.4 back from Tatey. Luke Doherty up into 8th. just put his fastest lap of the fastest lap of the race in, a 1:22.645 then for Luke on those super soft tyres, but a bit too late in the day. He's made up a few positions, but only up into 8th. I'm not impressed with those his hard tyres early on. Then I don't think. Or was it mediums he put on? I can't remember at the start. Old Crawler then not that far behind him, 2.5 seconds down. One Eye Lou in 10th, still pulling a little bit of time over Kaz Converter. Kaz Converter sitting in 11th. Right, the gap still pretty much the same as it was, 5.4 seconds between Rob Scott and Pajonski. So this will be final lap then. 10 seconds left on the race clock. They won't hit the line before that runs out. So unless Rob Scott puts it in the bin here, he's going to take the win. There he goes through that final turn cleanly. Take the win in race 2. Nice and convincing. 5.6 seconds at the end then by the time he crosses the line. Pajonski comes through backwards and on fire for second. D-Dot coming through, flashing his lights. Great big rip of the handbrake as well for third. Conrad Racing taking 4th. Still spitting bullets in that Mini, I can imagine. He won't be happy with that one little bit. But, oh, he just takes fastest lap of the race. Screw you, Luke Doherty. 1:22.482 he's just put in. I'll have some of that, he says. Cutler then is going to come home in 5th. Oh, no, he's not. He's going to show us where the dirt is. He is going to come home for 5th. Backwards and into the pit lane. Blammo for Cutler. We have just seen One Eye Lou cross the line. He takes 10th. Old Crawler took 9th. Let's just wait. Tatey then, just catching with Tatey. He takes the 6th position. Graham Reed is going to come home for 7th. Kaz Converter just crosses the line to take 11th as well. So 11th for Kaz, 7th for Graham Reed and Luke Doherty. Oh, Luke. Damage. Still going to hold that 8th though. Nobody else left on track to give him any grief. There it is. Luke Doherty comes home 8th then. So not the result he'd have wanted in the championship at all. Rob Scott first. More points on the board for him. Stretches his lead out front. 3 weeks left. Still pretty close between Cutler, Pajonski, Luke Doherty and D-Dot at the minute. So we'll see how that all works out with points next week. Yeah, some good racing in that. I enjoyed that. Right. Not a lot going on, really. Last round of the Ford Focus is on Sunday night at 8 o'clock. And then round 10 of the Minis, Monday, 8:30. That's my calendar at the minute. Nice and empty. Which I don't mind, you know. It gives me a little bit of a break. Doesn't give you lot much to watch, though, does it? But, you know, it is what it is. Seasons end, unfortunately. And I need a break every now and then. All right? Right, so that's pretty much going to be it from me. Yeah, some good racing in the CHEWITT Racing Mini Cooper Cup. Make sure you go and check them out on Facebook as well. Big shout out to the guys over there for putting their name behind this one. Thank you very much. Yes, if you want to help my channel out, get yourselves over to buymeacoffee.com/darksmoker and drop a donation on there if you can. If you actually want something for your money, I've got some stickers, £3 a pair. Or I've got t-shirts, which are £22 each, free sticker and free postage in the UK. Hit me up at darksmoker@googlemail.com or find me on Facebook. It's just Dark Smoker, and send me a little message if you want any of that. Right, that's pretty much going to be it. I hope you've liked what you watched. If you have, give it a like, comment, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. Chuck a little comment in, share it out with your mates. Mostly, tell your mates, tell your mum. My name's Dark Smoker.